Welcome to Energy, Tarot Tea Astrology and all things metaphysical. Hi, I'm Leslie Levy. Now I'm going to do an Astro-Tarot reading for this week ending Sunday, the 29th of November. Now, the Sun has just moved into Sagittarius on the 22nd of November. So what does this energy of Sagittarius mean? Well, it's an energy that's much more expansive, much more open, outward. It's also the energy of exploration. So you might feel a little bit more adventurous during this Sagittarius month that goes through until about the 21st, 22nd of December. Now with this exploration, it can be physical, so you can be a little bit more physically adventurous this month, or it could be that you explore more your inner world, because Sagittarian energy, whilst on the surface, is very happy-go-lucky and fun and out there and doing, and a very, very active energy because it's mutable fire with lots of interests and variations. But there is also a more serious side to that Sagittarian energy as well. And it's the energy of the philosopher, the student, the teacher, the explorer. So that's the energy that we're working with the Sun in Sagittarius this month. Now let's take a look at the Astro-Tarot reading for this week. I have changed up the way I'm doing it a little bit. So instead of just doing one card for each sun sign, I'm now going to be doing 3 cards for each sign so that I can give you a little bit more information about your coming week. So remember, if this reading doesn't resonate for you, just take what works and leave the rest, because it is a general reading for each sign. Each sign is also applicable to you if your sun, moon, or ascendant is in that sign. So let's begin. The first sign that I'm going to be reading for is Aries. Aries, you are cardinal fire. You're terrific at beginning things. You are very independent. You're quite happy doing things on your own as well as with other people, but independence is really important to you. You like to just dive in and get things done, but sometimes you need to consider the consequences of your actions before you just dive in. So let's have a look at the week ahead for you, Aries. Now, your sign is ruled by Mars, and Mars is still in its home sign of Aries. So your energy is very strong at the moment if you were born in the sun sign of Aries, have your moon in Aries, or have an Aries ascendant. So this means that things are direct, straightforward for you. There is no mincing of words when it comes to Aries energy. Mars energy is also fiery. It's out there, it's doing, it's jumping in. So your energy, Aries, is very, very strong at the moment with Mars sitting in your home sign. So the cards for you this week. Let's lay them out. And the first card is the 8 of Swords. So for this week ending Sunday the 29th of November, things are going to be moving fast for you. But the good news is it's all going your way. Everything is in alignment for you this week. So anything that you're looking at doing, you want to do it quickly, which is your nature, and this week allows for that. It is going to move quickly for you, but in a good way. I also feel this week it is about starting a new project, something that you're going to bring into manifestation. It's a physical project, so it's not something that you've just got an idea about. You're actually going to start doing it. And I feel that as you go through the week, with everything being in alignment, it is a good week for you to start a new project, to actually physically manifest it and start to make it happen. And this is a project that you're going to be doing on your own. We've got the Hermit card. So you're not going to feel the need to have to rely on someone else to get this project started. It's coming from within you, not from someone else. So all in all for you, Aries, a fabulous week coming ahead. Lots of energy, lots of passion, lots of action. Everything is in alignment for you to get going with a new project that you will physically start taking action on, and it is going to come wholly and solely from you. You can do this independently, and that fits with your energy so well. So a fantastic week, Aries. this week's reading now for Taurus. Taurus, you are fixed earth. So you are stable, reliable. You are comfortable. You like the comfortable things in life. Not because you're being greedy or you want the best mansion. It's about safety and security for you, Taurus. You like things to be secure and you like to know what's going on with your money. Now, the ruling planet for you is Venus. So Venus is in Scorpio at the moment. So for you, things are a little bit more hidden in terms of planetary energy. You are looking more inward rather than outward. And that is a natural energy for you because Taurus, you have a passive energy as part of your polarity. It's a feminine negative polarity. Now, negative doesn't mean bad. It means inward. It means less active. So for you, Taurus, having Venus in Scorpio means that you're actually going to be diving a lot deeper into your emotions and how you're feeling about things. But you're not going to be sharing that. That's something that you do more privately. Now let's have a look at the cards we have for you this week. And first card for you is the Emperor. Yes, this is the week for you to start taking charge, to become the Emperor. And that's a position that you're actually quite comfortable with, but you do it in a more quiet way. If you were one of the fire signs, you'd be more outward and open about it, but you quietly exert your authority. And so for you, sitting in your own authority is going to be important for you this week. And we have the Queen of Wands as well. And so I really like this because there is someone in your life that you can be equal to, that's on a par with you. So I feel that there's a feminine energy, either a woman or someone who has a more feminine, soft energy that is part of your life at the moment that you can travel along with equally. This woman, this person is very independent in themselves. This is fire energy. Wands are about fire. So this is a good balance of a relationship for you this week as you sit in your own power and communicate with this person. And the third card is the Star. So I feel that things are really on the up and up for you in relation to this other person. I am getting a feeling it could be more about a romantic partner. It could be a love relationship. And whilst this person is very fiery and very out there and active, which is kind of the opposite to your nature, for this week, at this point in time, that's a good balance for you. It will bring you out of yourself. But you have to stand your own ground with this person so that they don't take over. But overall for you for the week, everything is looking good. You have lots of hopes around this relationship and you are looking very, very positively for it. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, you are mutable air, lots of ideas. You're very curious. You have lots of mental energy. But what this can do for you at times is make you a little more highly strung. It can make you a little bit more nervous, not in terms of nervous, scared of something, but in terms of, feeling a bit nervy. But you're intelligent, you're fast, you're such a quick thinker, you think on your feet. You're a social butterfly, you love getting out and about, you love fast, interesting conversations. The only downside, Gemini, that I see at times for you is that you're so interested in so many things that sometimes you don't dive deeply enough into one area or focus in one area. And that means for you that decisions at times can be a little bit challenging for you. Let's see what the cards have to say for you for this week, ending Sunday the 29th of November. So 3 cards. And the first card for you, Gemini, you're off to a good start with this week. Everything is looking fun. You're in your element this week to a certain extent because you do like socializing. And, even though we have COVID restrictions, depending on where you live in the world, there still are ways that you can get out and about and socialize, whether it be online or in person. But for you, this week is looking like it's a bit of a celebration. It's lighthearted, it's fun. People doing things in the community is really good for you this week. In terms of work for you, Gemini, is just keep on keeping on. It's about keep doing your work on a daily basis, producing the same quality of results, being focused. So you want to get a balance between your leisure life and your work life in terms of how you utilize your energy this week. And then towards the end of the week, I see, don't let the death card scare you. It's just about something coming to an end and something new beginning. So I feel that whilst it's going to be a week of balancing work and life balance, it's also going to be towards the end of a week where you start to see where you need to make some changes between what you're doing in your work life and what you're doing in your personal life, your social life. So towards the end of the week, I feel that these are going to become more in balance as you make changes. Cancer, this week's reading for you. You are cardinal water. So you are an emotional soul. You are a soul who is driven by your feelings, by what you feel. You can be very intuitive as well. But with that cardinal energy, there is a tendency with that emotional drive to overtake your logical thinking sometimes. And that's important to be aware of. Now, the ruling planet for you, Cancer, is the moon. And the moon changes sign every 2.5 days. At the moment, the moon is in Pisces. So you might be feeling a little more emotional than usual at the moment in this sort of Tuesday, Wednesday period of this week before the moon then changes sign and goes into Aries, where you're going to get a bit more energy. Things are going to be a bit more direct for you. But let's have a look at your cards for this week. And we have Ace of Swords. This is a week for planning, making big new plans. This is a week of really stepping outside the norm and thinking about new ways that you can do things, coming up with new ideas that you might want to implement. Card number 2. Now, in wanting to do these new ideas, you're not seeing your way ahead. This is really important for you to really be clear on what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to plan, and not be overwhelmed by the opinions of others, which can tie you down and stop you from making a decision and stopping you from actually getting started with the planning. Because as you can see, she's blindfolded, she's tied. Swords represent communication, they represent opinions, thoughts, ideas. And so I feel that the opinions of others might hold you back from really getting a move on with this new plan that you need to be making. And finally, it is about taking it slow. It is about just really looking at what you need to do physically, because the Knight of Pentacles is about the physical things, the practical doing. And you can see that he's standing still and contemplating. So for you during this coming week, it is about looking at the plan that you want to put into place, working out the details of that plan. Be aware of the input of others and how that might stop you from wanting to move ahead. And it is about you really thinking it through and being clear about the new actions that you need to take around this plan before you actually rush in and start doing it. Looking at Leo. Leo, you are fixed fire. So you have energy to burn and you are able to maintain that energy as a steady flame. You are outgoing, you're fun, you enjoy having fun, you like doing really creative things. You're fun to be around. You do like to be in the limelight a little bit, but that's okay. Everybody needs to shine because the sun is your planet. It is the ruler of Leo. And with the sun in Sagittarius, we've got you with fixed fire, we've got Sagittarius with mutable fire. So for you, you're combustible this month. You're going to be doing a lot more. You're going to be projecting outward a lot more than you even thought possible. So this is going to be a month of exploring for you, Leo, and exploring in lots of fun, creative ways. So let's have a look at the cards for you. Now, at the start of the week, you're going to feel somewhat stymied. You're going to feel held back. Things feel like they're not moving for you. And it's all to do with the way that you're thinking. Normally, you're very forward thinking and have a can-do attitude. But the start of this week sees you almost in a stalemate situation. It's almost like your emotions are the things that are stopping you from getting out and about and doing. It's containing your energy. And you can't see the choice that you need to make for the way ahead for the week. But the good news is, as we get into the week a little bit more, you're going to become more clear about the decisions that you need to make. And you're going to make a very, very strong but fair decision. This is a big decision for you that you're going to be making that you can't really see your way forward about at the moment. As we go through the week, you're going to become clear in your mind, and you're going to be able to be very, very decisive about what it is that you need to do. And this is going to ease up this sense of sadness that you have. You know, Leo, when things are stalemate for you, when you can't be active, when you can't move, it really does bring you down, and it really, you know, it can make you sad. It can make you feel a bit blue. So as you go through the week and you get decisive, then you will be able to come up from those blues and let go of that as the week goes on. So whilst it's not looking like a happy week all round, it is going to improve, but it all centers around you making a clear decision. Looking at the week for Virgo. Virgo, you are mutable earth. So, you know, you're more adaptable than people think you are. It's just that you'd like to take your time when you're making changes of any sort. And they're usually practical because you are an earth energy. So let's see what the cards have in store for you this week, Virgo. Go. And so we have the Four of Swords to begin. So for you, the start of this week is about taking some time out. It really is about taking some time out for yourself if you can, trying to get a little bit of rest, and particularly around what's been going on in your mind, because again, we've got swords here. So I feel that your mind has been really, really busy. You've been really, really busy. And so if you can have a little bit of time just time out, just to rest, relax, and not feel that you have to keep doing, that's going to help bring your energy back up, because I feel that your energy at the beginning of the week is a little bit low. And it is about taking time out to look back at what you've achieved. I mean, this man has worked hard. He's grown this bush, and he's got fruit coming off it in the form of pentacles. So this week is about reviewing the hard work that you've put in and the results of that hard work, and looking at it from a space of what you've achieved as opposed to what you haven't achieved. Because Virgo, for you, you can be a little bit self-critical. And so it's time to look at what's been good, what you've been able to achieve that has been good and helpful for you, rather than looking at it from a space of what you haven't achieved. And the third card for you, it's about not giving yourself a hard time. I feel that you've been really super self-critical in the past, and it is time to come back to this center card, have some time out, look at the good stuff, look at what's been happening that's been good, and not give yourself a hard time about the things that you feel have not been working, have not been successful. Shuffling the cards for Libra. Libra, you are cardinal air. And cardinal air, your processes are actually more mental than people think. Take two. Shuffling now for the sign of Libra. Libra, you are all about balance, the need for balance. You're a great peacemaker. You're a great mediator. You're a person who can see both sides of a situation, and you're really good at seeing other people's points of view. However, that can make decision making a little bit hard for you sometimes, because You're so good at putting yourself in the other person's shoes that you find it hard to do what you need to do for you at times. You have a tendency to put others first. Now, your energy is cardinal air. So whilst on one hand, because Libra is ruled by Venus, you're very charismatic, very, very appealing as a person, you're lovely, lovely soft nature, but you have cardinal air, which means that people don't realize that you are intelligent, that you really do have good logical processes. And that is why you're so good at finding harmony, finding the middle road, being able to compromise, and being good as a mediator for other people. Looking at what the cards reveal for you this week. Go. And the first card. Things are on the improve. Things have been quite stressful for you, so much so that up until now you've been having some sleepless nights, but that's about to start to change. Whatever it is that's been stressing you out, that's caused you to be out of balance, that is now starting to turn around. Less sleepless nights. Let's see where the journey takes you. And we have the Five of Swords reversed. And this is very fitting with your nature, because whatever it is that's been creating stress for you, creating those sleepless nights, you've decided not to keep fighting. You've decided to find your own balance and not try and win. Because when we see this card upright, he has won the battle at the expense of everyone else. And it's not your nature to do that. So you're coming out of this stressful period by finding a good compromise. That's the important thing. And then for the rest of the week, it's going to take you a while for your emotions to come back in balance again. So overall, I feel that emotionally you've been thrown out of balance by a stressful situation that involves other people. You've decided to take the middle road, which is your nature to do, and try and find a compromise that works for everyone, but it has left you emotionally drained. So as you go through this week, it is about looking after yourself emotionally, getting yourself back in balance emotionally, so that you can become that charismatic, very forgiving and very cheerful Libra energy that you normally are. The next sign is Scorpio. Scorpio, you are fixed water. Oh, people see Scorpio as, they want revenge, they're vindictive, but that's only one particular type of aspect of Scorpio. There are so many good things about Scorpio energy with that fixed water. You feel very, very deeply. You're very protective of others, not just them themselves, but their stuff as well. You're very, very protective. You're highly emotional, but you don't easily show those deeper emotions. Now, Mars rules Scorpio. Now, Mars is considered a more masculine planet, but when it's in Scorpio, it shows its more passive, feminine aspects. So it doesn't mean that that fire energy isn't there. It's just that you don't show it, and you express that Mars energy in a more passive, in a more subtle way than, say, Aries would. Aries just jumps in, does things. Scorpio takes its time. It's patient. Scorpio energy is happy to wait until the right moment to take action. So that's the difference between the two, because they're opposites on the wheel of astrology. Let's see what your cards are, Scorpio, for the rest of this week. First card, yes, Scorpio, you're in a good space to slow down. We've got Knight of Swords reversed. This is not a week for you to just rush in and do. So you need to pay attention to that Mars energy of yours. Now, I mentioned earlier, Mars is in Aries. So this makes you a little more toey than you otherwise normally would be. So it is about you not paying too much attention to Mars in Aries and focusing more on keeping things slow and subtle, the way you normally operate. That will work better for you this week. And it is about coming together with someone. I see that you're making an agreement with someone, and this agreement is going to be equally based. It's going to be a meeting of two that is on a level playing field. It's going to be balanced. And I feel that it's something that you're really passionate about. So if it's going into a business agreement, you're doing it from the heart, and so is the other person, and it's looking equal and balanced. If this is more about a love relationship or a romantic relationship, then again, I see equal commitment, equal emotional commitment from both parties. So for you this week, it is about keeping it slow as you come into making this agreement, making sure that everything is equal and balanced. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles. So this is about also finding the balance in what you give out and what you keep. There is a tendency for you to hold back a little too much, Scorpio, holding things literally close to your chest. You can see it here in the card. He's holding his everything close to his chest. So in order for this to have equal balance, you are going to have to open up a little bit more so that there is equal exchange and not holding back as much as you normally perhaps would in what you want to express. Sagittarius, it's your birthday month, so happy birthday to you. So as mentioned at the start of this video, Sun is currently in Sagittarius, so this is a powerful time for you. It's also your solar return. In other words, when the Sun returns to your birth sign every year. So this is a very strong energy for you. And again, we've got mutable fire. So you are lots of little firecrackers going off at once. You've got lots of energy, you're exploring, you're adventurous. And you know, not every Sagittarian is physically adventurous, as in, you know, go climb a mountain. Many Sagittarians may be less physically adventurous, but more mentally, emotionally, and spiritually adventurous. So it's not just about what you physically do, it's adventure on all of those levels. And your ruling planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is currently in Capricorn. Now, Jupiter is not a very strong energy in Capricorn. So you may find that, you know, this want to get out and explore and do and be out in the big wide world and see the big picture of everything might feel somewhat constrained for you at the moment. You might feel like you're having to fight against restriction to a certain extent. And these are restrictions that are imposed from outside of yourself, not coming from within. Let's look at your cards for the week. And so we have the Three of Wands to begin. So I feel that you have been putting things in place. You've been starting to take action on things. And now you're looking for the result. You're waiting to see what's going to happen, how it's going to pan out. But the good news is that, you know, with the Three of Wands, you have put things in order. You have done your planning and you have put things into place to get the result. The next card. So for you, for the remainder of this coming week, while you've got things in place there, you're waiting for them to come to fruition, this is a week where you just need to look a little more carefully at what you are expending. Now, it could literally be money. So this is not the week for you to go on a spending spree, even though it's your birthday month and there might be a strong temptation. It's a week for you just to look at your budget, to take things a little more carefully. Now, if it's not looking at money, we're looking at the practical things. So in terms of your own well-being, it's not about overindulging during this birthday month either, because your energy is quite low. Physically, things can be quite low. So this is about waiting for results to come in on something that you've already put work into. It's now about looking at you, looking at just toning things down. Maybe using that Jupiter and Capricorn energy just to slow you down a little bit so that you don't overindulge or overextend of your energy or your practical finances. And finally, don't allow what is happening in the card number 2 with finances, with indulgences, to really get you down in the dumps, because what I can see is you're focusing on what you already have. You're staring at these 3 cups and you can't see that this new thing that you've put into action that you're waiting on the results of is coming in. It's just that you're not really aware of it yet. And so you have to really notice, watch out for this opportunity that you have set in motion by not overindulging, by not overexpending, by being focused, so that you'll recognize it when it happens. Looking at Capricorn. Capricorn, you are cardinal earth. You are the strategist, the organizer. You are really good at working out the strategy of how to do something. You're good with big plans. You're also good at implementing those big plans as well. You are a person who has a certain level of authority. You are like the CEO of a company. You can see the big picture, but you prefer to delegate. You like to do the big picture things, but you prefer to delegate the smaller tasks to others. Now, with this cardinal earth energy, you are down to earth. You are practical. You understand the need for structure and boundaries. Now, your ruling planet is Saturn, and Saturn is in its home sign of Capricorn. So this energy of being organized, of planning, of being practical and down to earth, being able to actually manifest big things is a very strong energy for you at the moment. So let's see what the cards say. And the first card for you, Capricorn, is, everything is looking good at the moment for you. Everything seems to be in place. Everything seems to be flowing. You're happy. You're happy. Your big picture is looking good at the moment. But how will it go as we go through the week? And we've got the 5 of Cups here. So another Cups card. We move from the 10 of Cups, where everything is looking really, really good. And as the week continues, things start to the wheels start to fall off the wagon a little bit for you emotionally. And you're looking at all the things that you've lost, and you're feeling a little bit down in the dumps. You're feeling a little bit emotionally down. But what you have to understand is that you will come through with this. We've got the 2 of Cups standing upright. So again, this week sees that you're going from almost a too happy state into the doldrums, focusing on what it is that you've lost, focusing on what you don't have, when really you need to drop off that black cloak, turn around and look at what you do still have, because all is not lost, even though it may feel like it to you. And the best way for you to cope with this is to take some downtime, take some time out from the planning, from the big picture. Capricorns can be workaholics. So it is about you taking some time out from the work side if you can, just to recuperate, just to rejuvenate, just to rest and get yourself back into emotional balance again. This week's reading for Aquarius. Aquarius, your fixed air, that is your energy. So you have the energy of wanting to know the facts, the truth about something. You like to be able to form your opinions based on what you know and what facts are actually there, as opposed to just beliefs and opinions. You're quite innovative. You like to do things differently, but you also like to be around people and do things in groups. Let's see what the week holds for you, Aquarius. And so for you, everything is about balance. You like things to be fair. That is one of your ethics. You like everything to be fair and equal. And that's why your Aquarian energy will cause you to stand up for things that aren't fair, stand up and advocate for causes so that fairness and balance can be brought back in. So starting off your week, everything is starting from a place of balance for you. Everything looks fair and equal. As you move through the week, you are going to build on that. We've got the 3 of Pentacles here. And I see this as you, Aquarius, where you are going to be giving advice to others based on facts. So you're going to be a bit of a mentor this week to others. And the card. In doing this mentoring role, between the other things that you're doing and you advocate for, you are going to be juggling a little bit this week, and it is going to be putting you a little bit emotionally off balance. which is something that doesn't sit comfortably with you, with your fixed air. You like things to be in balance. So just be aware as you go through the week, as you're looking at helping others, standing up for others, literally standing up for others, mentoring, that you don't want to put your needs out of balance as you do this for others. And finally, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, you're mutable water. You're such a sensitive, emotional soul. Sometimes you can become so sensitive that it feels like it just hurts. You are good with your imagination. You are good with your intuition, but you have no boundaries. So sometimes it's hard for you to tell what is, shall we say, intuition and what is imagination. You are very fluid, mutable water. You go with the flow. You can be quite bendable to other people's will. So you have to be careful that other people don't take advantage of you. Now, your planet is Jupiter as well. And Jupiter being in Capricorn still, again for you, that energy is not strong. So I feel that for you, Pisces, you have to be a little bit more grounded this month than perhaps you have been. Let's look at the cards for you. And starting out this week, things are going to feel very confused for you. It's going to be a little bit of chaos, and that doesn't sit well with you. It's going to be hard for you to be grounded and practical and get on and do things because of this feeling of confusion. And it's confusion that's brought on by other people. It's being brought on by situations that are happening around you, and you feel that you're being pushed and pulled in different directions, and that's where that confusion and chaos is coming from. And this is not going to sit well with you. We've got the Nine of Cups reversed. So you're going to feel emotionally uncomfortable. You're going to feel really out of balance. You know, this lack of grounding this week is strong for you. So I can't emphasize enough how important it is to get out of your heart and head and get in your body and do something physical to ground you to the earth. And that will help you come to grips with the confusion that is really making you feel uncomfortable this week. And it is about taking some time out on your own. Get away from whoever is creating this confusion, creating this chaos, and is bringing you out of balance. And it is about taking some time out on your own just to get grounded, to rebalance, and to follow your own light, to follow your own inner wisdom, and not listen to all the confusion, all the various opinions, actions, feelings that are coming from others. I do hope this week's Astro-Tarot reading, focusing on 3 cards for each sun sign instead of 1 card, is helpful to you. Until next time, namaste.